In this picture, there is a 4-year-old me. As you see, very happy. I'm about to bring a small egg to my grandmother. But this is just the plain fact, because in my imagination, death was always an adventure. I should go up a narrow stair and fight against spiders, lizards, and bring this precious gift to the castle, where the queen, my grandmother, was there. Actually, that was just the imagination of the kids, because we write a lot of stories, we see a lot of adventures around as kids. But as soon as we grow up, we kind of lose this ability of seeing the stories around us. And we would like to present an idea on how to use technology to create tools that allows us to tell even more stories with the objects around us.
Thank you, Alessandro. Now Alessandro is sitting down and create some pieces and stories maybe. And I will tell the story about us. We are a very young studio based in Berlin. Normally we are making media installation with interactive sensors or for events. And here you see our first work together in a museum. We used the objects of the museum as a big collage where they can tell their story. And the people who are passing by could be in the picture. So it was happening at the beginning of the project that I was at the birthday party of the daughter of a friend of mine. And the kids become a little bit bored. So I was thinking, hey, I just had a start of a project and I want you to play with it. And I wanted to look if this is working. So I made a testing there. There were 10 kids from 3 to 6 become crazy. And the full afternoon were filled with stories about captains, octopuses, treasures, and many monsters from the oceans where they have to hide. So it was very fascinating how just a little piece out of this huge installation could trigger so much creativity and stories. And that was the point where we were thinking, okay, what does an installation or a digital media environment needs that can trigger these things in us, that we want to use objects to tell our stories with it? So we started our research in a kindergarten where the kids where we wanted to teach the kids to tell a story through stop motion or to make a movie together. They were very fast in creating characters, sceneries, and the story around it. And even to make the music, they were very ambitious with all this. But there was a point where we got a little bit confused, and also it took us too much time to bring everything together in the computer. And even the kids were bored after a while. So we need a faster solution. We need something where we really empower their energy and empower their fast creativity, that it becomes really fast life. So we had an idea. We just took a normal camera picture, so a sensor then cuts me out, and I'm alone in an empty canvas. So Alessandro, do you have something for me, because I'm alone in a really dark space?
Yes, I put a ship. I did a ship for you. Do you like it?
Yes.
So let me put just here.
And then, whoa! Like the kids, I'm now on a ship and looking for treasures. You see, we just thinking about it is an easy solution. It's just a camera making a photo, but the thing is that we need this box that every person, every kid, every grandchild understand that there is a kind of door where their creations can be immediately part of a much more bigger thing, much more immersed thing. Then we took care about the things between, so it's more or less now everything interactive, and who is interested, there's a tool called VVV, a programming tool we used for that, and we bring then the things to life. But the people don't have to care. So we tried this out in our new studio. We have now a new, and invited the neighbors and friends and their kids to come and pass by and do some creation. And there we also see something interesting in this process of creating story. It's amazingly communicative. The kids talk, so they're all, even the neighborhood community gets together and know each other because sitting at the table and crafting. So they put their stuff in it, and what we also got, we have to build a new canvas where when you use or make a participatory installation where a lot of people contribute, you need a kind of story behind it or a scenery. So we decided to use a room where we put a whole underwater scenery that everyone can put in there what they think should be underwater. And the kids or even the parents can drag it and they will fly away. So what you have for me?
I have something. I want to give you your dream cap.
Oh, great. This is perfect what I need for my ship.
I know you want to be a pirate.
Yes. I want not only be a pirate, I want to be the captain of the ship.
The captain.
Yes. Okay. So, you see, you can put everything, I'm not only in, I can also interact with the picture. And models or objects, everything what you can create can also stuck on me. So then the idea was very close to, I put me as myself out of the picture and be another one in the picture, like a comic figure. So we think about what could be easy to create, put in the box, and then be someone else. So we make this outline, and it's a simple template. You can put everything on it, from Lego to drawing. Alessandro,
yes.
What you painted for me?
Yes, I have this nice furry blue monkey.
Oh.
This reminds me of somebody. So, let me see.
So I'm the monkey captain.
Yes.
Oh. So this happens everything immediately. So this was the process or the explanation of a very creative and playful process, what a lot of people could use or understand, and we even saw that this is possible. But where you can use it or what you can do with it, is there more than just play with it? Alessandro?
There are a lot of applications.
Then come to stage.
Yes. Okay, thanks a lot. Yes, where this canvas free for creativity be used? For example, for a different kind of entertainment, let's call it edutainment. The idea, for example, that you can bring at a party and where people also get together around a table, grown-ups that again use pen and markers to create characters and to challenge themselves to get away from the computer framework is already an interesting application. And people were really grateful during this art media festival for having the chance of, again, taking the pen in their own hands. And another application was what we started with, so educational context. So, for example, we can use these techniques and these tools as something also in the hands of the pedagogue that can use, for example, in a workshop. Here we have a workshop that has a topic, a trip around the world, and so also to get to know how the different continents were formed and how the different cultures were also originated. And what is a better canvas of this interactive storytelling object to show also how the kids would imagine the different culture look like, and to make, for example, meet somebody from Australia with somebody from China and see what they could do together. You know, it's all something that also is, for us, is interesting. The point of bringing together, creating a common ground. And the interesting common ground and application was the idea of somebody that wanted to see if it was possible to bring together the so-called normals and patients of autism and schizophrenia, and in which way the digital technologies could support art therapy. And this was Simone Donnari and Valentina Canonico of Association Sementera Onlus. We got a call, and that was really interesting for us because they wanted to pack some of this technology in a tool that they could use and master to create a kind of invisible technology where the canvas there would be just the art therapy process. And that was also the kind of a challenge, right, Daniel?
Yeah. And for me as a coder, it was also a challenge also for us. Normally, we build the installation at the place, but this time he was 1,000 miles away. So we must think about everything that others, and this was that we create tools for others that they can use it for communication and for other things. For this kind of therapy, for example, I know the story always when a therapist, or you see it in a movie, talks to someone through a doll to get through him, that he reacts. Now he's using our tool to communicate with the patient. This is amazing. I'm a little bit proud.
And we are very also excited because at the moment there is a pilot project that is monitoring the results of using these tools with patients. And only the idea that something we started very spontaneously could have also, let's call it a social impact or an impact, a positive one, for us is very exciting. And one is about giving tools that can be used. Another application is in theater. And so how can we also create dynamics between the audience and the actor, and how a tool should be designed in order to give freedom to improvise to the actor, but also create this unusual combination. In this summer residence in the Badaboom Berlin, we developed several tools and we tested different ideas, and we show you just a couple, two actually. So one is a similar concept to what happened in the box, bringing an object. The audience can bring an object into the box, and the object would appear and obviously be animated, large live scaled on the stage. And so the actor could improvise and react to what was happening with the audience. And another interesting application is when we built a digital avatar of a real puppet, the white one, with which an actor could actually interact with. Yes, technologies. A lot of things to look for and research. For us, we are always very interested to see the connection between a behavior that is still analog, spontaneous, natural, like moving the hands and the finger, like Daniel is doing, and what is possible to bring to another level. So, for example, were you thinking something special with this? Aha! A small baby octopus that turns into a giant sea monster. Also, again, it's always to try to see if the technology can actually support new behaviors and new ideas. Also, for example, VR technology, when can be interested? When this becomes, for example, a playground where somebody shapes a word and somebody else can experience maybe a word that can be used done with your own hands. Like, for example, there is a very beautiful dolphin here that Daniel did the other day, and I did something.
But it's a shark.
I thought it was a dolphin.
No, it's a shark. He bite the head of the octopus.
It's too nice. It's too nice. It's not a, I see, for me it's a dolphin. But what I did is scan it with a 3D camera and Daniel actually, so you were doing something very daring, like touching the nose of the shark. For me, it was a gently, kindly act toward the dolphin. But maybe you had a story in mind with you, or?
Sure.
Which story did you have?
Yeah, can you imagine? You're here and you're a nice dolphin, and there are hundreds and thousands of them around you.
Yeah.
Then I think you get more and more scared. So this is not really a nice dolphin. They will pick you and say. So this is our story of why we try to find pieces and objects in our daily life and to use them easily for telling new adventures. And so you can do in future or anything, and I hope every time you find something on the street or you see something when you go home or around and you think about, hey, I can make this really huge and dive into a nice story.